I guess people are finally done with celebrity boxing. We're back with more Jamari Speaks.
So at this point, it has been almost 6 years since the whole influencer boxing thing was really at its inception, with Logan Paul fighting KSI and his little brother Jake beating up on
Oh,
Deji.
why the footage looks
Since
so
then, most of these guys have
ass?
done these boxing events as more of a side gig, where they really lock in for a couple of months in anticipation of the event, but for the most part are still mainly focused on their brand or their business, or really being more of an influencer. But a couple of these YouTubers have...
It's an interesting lifestyle because they went from being Vine stars to now to then YouTube stars, and now like they're on professional wrestling, they're boxing, they have a energy drink, and they have millions of impressionable fans. I'm not gonna lie, I think they're honestly doing way better than they were even when they were back doing YouTube. They're doing really good now.
Being more of an influencer. But a couple of these YouTubers have leaned all the way into the boxing lifestyle, like this dude Salt Poppy, Gib, and most infamously, Jake Paul.
And all I wanted to do was give y'all a knockout for Christmas.
And for a while, it was great to see him bounce these dudes off the canvas.
Damn, he got slugged.
But after the Tommy Fury fight, the excitement just has not been there, as Jake had now been defeated, and his haters...
Okay, so he lost his perfect record. Honestly, everybody knows in professional boxing, once you lose your perfect record, a lot of people start looking at you like you're a nobody. Even if you have 31 wins in a row, and now you got one loss, people start looking at you like a nobody. I think it's a little crazy, but that's... Like, they build this whole, perfect record thing like it's legitimately the only thing that makes you good.
Had their quench for his failure met. Since then, he has beat up on and knocked people out, but there was really no buzz behind those events. Most recently, he fought this last weekend, and no one cared or really even knew what was going on in the first place. In his defense, he was the co-main event here, at least he was supposed to be. His friend Amanda Serrano was supposed to be the real main event, seeing that she is from Puerto Rico herself, where the entire thing went down, but she had some sort of issue with her eye at the very last second and had to scratch herself out. So in turn, Jake became the real main event, and in the end, he got the TKO against this dude who looked like he could be your accountant. In all reality, he was a good boxer back in the day. His name is Ryan Bourland, and he used to be...
Bro, why is he only fighting people back in the day? Like, I even saw that he was going to go against Mike Tyson. Like, bro, yeah, that's Mike Tyson, one of the baddest men on earth. But Mike Tyson is also old. Why is he not fighting against someone young? Why isn't he going against Ryan Garcia? Even Ryan Garcia lost a match, and I see he's going crazy online. Why not have him fight him? They're both young.
A Gold Glove winner,
I don't get this
but
shit.
He's now 35 and has only fought once in the last 6 years, apparently completely changing his occupation during that time span. Now, before the fight, they had apparently ran this little new
brand. Man, I haven't seen Jamari in like 2-3 years. Bro, good work. I see you got the lineup, you got the shoe rack, got the Red Bull. Who would have thought? How many subscribers? He got one. He got to have 1 million subscribers by now. 1.200 1,200,000. That's really good, bro. I remember when he had what? Shit, 30,000? That was a long time ago.
Whose story on Ryan Bourland.
Bourland is originally from the Bay Area of California, but decided to come out to North Dakota 5 years ago to work in the oil industry.
Oil? Oh, shit.
I'm taking it really, really serious. It's never really a boring fight when I fight. I'm always in shape and I'm always ready to fight.
Now, obviously, people were not exactly impressed with this training footage.
Well, yeah, I mean, he ain't training hardcore.
Neon on the pads. Ooh. But it's pretty clear this...
What the fuck was that? Was he humping him?
I mean, I'm not saying he was like neon on the pads, but it's pretty clear this man is far past his prime. So, of course, a lot of people came in saying, well, when is Jake gonna fight a real boxer? But you did have some people defending him, like this man, who says, I don't like Jake Paul at all, but the level of competition he's fighting is normal for 90% of boxers starting out. Y'all know this, but just hate him so much to admit it.
So, I get where he's coming from, right? Because Jake is new to boxing. But when you have somebody with such a huge celebrity status, and the whole point of the boxing, at least in the beginning, was celebrity boxing, right? Sure, To say he's going against people that can't fight, that's fine. They were literally celebrity boxing. But for Jake to start saying, you know, I really love boxing, I really love the sport, this and that, I'm a real boxer, yada, 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 you'd expect him to also start fighting bigger names in the sport currently. I also would say he should also be fighting people that are around the same age as him. Why is he legitimately fighting old men? I don't get it. And not saying that this 30-year-old guy's an old man, but when we're talking about combat sports, 30 is old. We got to put it into equivalency, right? If he's a 35-year-old man walking down the street, he's not old. He's a 35-year-old man in an octagon, he's fucking old, and he shouldn't really be doing that type of shit. He's a 35-year-old man in the boxing ring, he shouldn't really be doing that. Boxing, all combat sports are dangerous. I think that's the part people forget. People legitimately lose their lives faster doing combat sports. It is what it is.
Even in watching the pre-promotion for this fight, looking back, you can see why it pretty much had no hype and why no one knew about this, because none of these clips went viral at all. Jake brought back the whole gotcha hat bit that he had done to Floyd Mayweather.
No love lost here between.
And the difference is, bro, that was Mayweather you did that to. This is Ryan Bourland. It's like, bro, it's not the same. Plus, you already did it once.
In these two, cruiserweight fight. Once again,
Childish
Jake
ass.
Paul has someone's hat.
Y'all know how I feel about hat thievery, taking someone's hat off their head. I just find it to be very disrespectful. You don't touch another man's hat. He even tried to troll him and his name before the event.
I have a question. Like, what is the Rhino? Like, how did you come up with that nickname?
My grandpa gave it to me when I was younger.
Awkward. I mean, you bring out the grandpa story and it's really all over. Like, someone's looking to make fun of you about something and they end up just looking like a serious asshole.
Are you vegan like rhinos?
No, I was pretty tough and strong as a kid, so my grandpa gave it to me.
That's what's up, bro. Congrats. Fire nickname. Do you realize that rhinos are land animals?
So yes, the promotional material.
Jake Paul has a lot of money, a lot of ego, but not a lot of common sense. He's still a kid, legitimately. He is still legitimately a kid. This guy hasn't had to grow up yet. He doesn't know what real life is. What is this bullshit? Oh, yeah, you know, rhinos. Bro, you're supposed to be a boxer, a fighter. Shut the fuck up. Do your press conference. Call him a bitch or something. Do some real, like, if you're really going to fight and you're really going to insult him, go for it. He's like, yeah, my grandpa, you should have said, fuck your grandpa. He going to see you knocked out on the canvas tonight. That's what you should have fucking said. Instead of, oh, yeah, congrats. He wanted to back out of it. He got scared. He was like, damn, his grandpa died maybe. Maybe I'll look like an asshole if I make fun of his grandpa. Yeah, maybe you would, but fuck it. You're Jake Paul, right? You're a man, right? You're a fighter, right? You're a millionaire, right? Fuck it, be the bad guy, be the asshole. That is the point. If you're gonna do this conference stuff, you're gonna do a press conference and you're gonna go after somebody, you have to be the bad guy. Even if it means you're looking like a douchebag or a dickhead, tell them after the press conference, hey, I didn't mean that, it's for the show. And then it is what it is.
For this fight was like putting some completely mild salsa on some chips. Just get that shit out of here. It ain't spicy enough.
Exactly.
Still, Jake tried to get the crowd hyped.
Fuck the rhino.
Fuck the rhino. Fucking tired of these dumbass rhinos walking around this motherfucking island. Tomorrow, the rhinos are going extinct.
I mean, Jake Paul might be the first influencer to get CTE.
Oh, brother.
And like I said, this thing was over before it started. The entire fight would last around 2.5 minutes.
That's it.
With Jake getting
and that's another thing, bro. These fights are not lasting long enough. And I get it. It's a fight. You know, legitimately, they could train for months. As soon as they walk in, match starts, KO'd in the first minute, right? But it's also how the KO happens. But all these fights, what is his longest fight? Has he gone 10 rounds yet? Legitimately, I have no clue because I am not a Jake Paul fan, so I really don't care about his history what he does with boxing. But you let me know, is it entertaining to sit and watch this man fight? Because that's part of it. Not just how good is he, how entertaining is he? I just saw this half-ass press conference sounded like shit. I hear him trying to do some chant sounded like shit. What can he do?
The end of the first
Where's
round.
Salt Poppy? Get Salt Poppy in the ring. Salt Poppy will fuck this guy up.
Like, it might have looked like he
It
dominated.
didn't even look like a real fight, brother. This is like some bullshit. Part of this needs to be entertainment. If you know you're better than this guy, right? Because you're younger than him, you've been training more than him recently, he's out of shape, back up off the guy. Let him get to the center of the ring. Let him throw some punches. Do some Muhammad Ali shit. Start dodging. Start showboating. You got to make it entertaining. That's part of your branding as a boxer. You have to have some type of entertainment factor, not just I knock out old guys in 2 minutes. Oh, God. This is...
Like, it might have looked like he dominated him on paper because the guy wasn't really punching back, but he was pretty much an immobile target, and Jake was still missing a lot of his punches. Here's an alternate angle of the end of this fight.
Miss. Oh, he weaving.
I mean,
oh,
honestly,
man, weaving
the
low
Rhino
key.
really had no business going into there in the first place.
Yeah.
But shout out to him, man. He went in there, he took the beat down, and he collected what was very likely a very nice check.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm not saying
and I think that's all the reason why these people are doing it. Like, they don't take Jake Paul seriously. He's not, I mean, we just saw him miss some shots. So he's not perfect with his technique, right? And I'm not saying he has to be. But, bro, it's like you're fighting people that have no business fighting you. You should be legitimately, I mean, especially now that you have 1 L on your record. Now all that, oh, my record, my perfect, that shit should go out the window. At this point, you might as well just start legitimately boxing people. Maybe, you know, of course, I'm not saying he should step in the ring with Tank. Of course not. But you should be stepping in the ring with some other people that have, you know, a decent record, a decent fight history, and someone that's also around the same age as you.
Wouldn't trust this dude in like a bar fight, but if you show up to fight someone who has been training for the last 6 years, who is 10 years younger than you, you're probably gonna get the beats. Some people commented how in the post-fight interview, Jake sounded pretty fucked up.
Yeah, man, you know, I just like to meditate and breathe. Realistically, nothing can stop me here, not even a Rhino.
I mean, he looks like he's about ready to give that man Ariel a smooch on the lips. And honestly, if anyone truly has CTE here, it might be this guy, Ryan.
I'll be rooting for you the rest of your career,
bro.
man.
I really appreciate that. We'll be rooting for you too, bro.
Hey, we'll bring in for training for his next fight, huh?
Hey, sounds good. Sounds good.
And that's the shitty part. They might have some brain injury. It's dangerous doing this stuff.
Appreciate you, my man. Yeah.
And shout out to this man Rhino, bro. He really does seem like a good guy. Of course, Dylan Dan has had to step in to try and give his 2 cents. He says there's someone in Puerto Rico right now wondering why their Uber driver is taking so long. And to me, it's just like, dude, Dylan, at this point, just get the fuck off the internet. He keeps trying to come back, okay? It's like his pass has been revoked. He can't get in. He had his chance at redemption. He had his chance to go on and continue fighting and be taken seriously as a competitor, and he completely blew it. This guy made a complete ass of himself. So to me, it's like Dylan.
Was that him? The dude on his knees sucking him off?
He completely blew it. This guy made a complete ass of himself.
This guy's a fool. He's
so
a clown.
To me, it's like,
don't even if Jake Paul is a clown, at least he's running the circus. You don't need no more clowns in your circus, bro.
Dylan, no one wants to hear from you, bro. I'm glad that Dana White isn't giving you the time of day. He's gatekeeping you from the UFC, and I find that hilarious.
Good.
And for the most part, people were unimpressed by this win.
Jake Paul was always destined to win this fight, and you are the suckers if you paid for this fight, and I know most people didn't. He is disrespecting the sport of boxing. He's disrespecting all the people that work the way up, but more importantly, he's conning the fans.
And here's where things start to go a bit off the rails. You have Ryan Garcia, who has already been spiraling for the greater part of the last year.
Because he has an L. I'm telling you, this perfect record goes to these fighters' minds. They literally think they're on top of the world. Before the fight, Ryan's talking all this rah, 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 rah shit. And a lot of these people talk like that before they get their first L. That's why Mayweather still talks like he talks. Because he has all these wins and no L's. L's will fucking humble you, especially in front of a crowd of people. Ryan, at this point, he should fight Jake Paul. Even though he's been saying some crazy shit. Fuck it. He said this is what I've heard, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. He said that he's ashamed that he brought Jake Paul into boxing, right? If he said that, why not box him? Show him. Because right now, you look soft. You look soft. You look like a hater. You look like a hater because Jake is getting more success and he's not a legitimate boxer, right? You are a legitimate boxer. So fucking show it. Lace your gloves up. Call him up. Hey, let's sign the check. Let's go ahead. They need to, that mental game. That I'm telling you, once they get that first L, that mental game.
Ever since he lost to Tank
it's okay to take an L, bro. It's what you do after the L that matters.
Davis. A lot of people suspect that this man is now using, if you know what I mean, and I'm not talking about steroids. He's on that Oscar De La Hoya treatment.
Damn!
And he's trying to start beef with Jake now. He says, I can't take this shit no more. And then he even left him like a little voicemail.
So here it is.
I can't do this shit. I feel so bad for introducing Jake Paul to boxing.
So this is what he said. I feel bad for introducing him. I ain't gonna lie, that sounds fucking dumb. Like, anybody could have gotten Jake Paul anybody can get anybody into combat sports if they're interested in combat.
I can't allow this to happen. I can't.
Ego. This is what I hear.
Disrespecting my sport.
My sport.
Disrespecting everything.
Bro, it's not your sport. Like, boxing has never been a one-person sport. Sure, there might be people that are the best at the sport, right? Like Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, right? People that are the best at the sport, but it's not their sport.
I don't know.
That's like naming a whole martial arts theirs because they're the best at it.
Call my team, Jake. You.
And a lot of people were surprised to hear this statement coming from him. I mean, the guy has been posting some pretty deranged shit onto social media the last couple of months. Like, I'm pretty sure he got divorced one day after his wife gave birth, but...
That's fucking sad if that's true. How old is Ryan? Bro, he better be older than he looks. He better be, when I look this shit up, he better be like 27. He better be 27, 25, 20 fucking 5. That's younger than me. He got married, had a baby, and then had a divorce after he had the baby. Bro, that woman, she either played you or whatever. Like, I don't know his personal life, but bro, that's fucking sad. That is absolutely sad, bro. You're a sucker.
Regardless, him and Jake used to be really buddy-buddy. And now he's putting this message out to the world like, yeah, fuck you. And this was Jake's response to that voice memo.
He's doing it off some cocaine. That boy is getting that shit straight from Colombia or something. Ryan, I love you. You know that, bro, but you got to chill out, bro. Because, like, there's a line and people, you just seem like you're losing your mind and acting thirsty and desperate and saying you're a billionaire when you had one money fight. If you do want to fight, that's, to me, light work. You got no footwork. And as long as you've been in the game, I'm a better boxer than you.
Now, I will say
that was... See, that's that smoke. That's that legit smoke, too. He ain't cracking no... Well, he cracked the Columbia joke. But damn...
It'll probably be one fight that would actually draw a lot of interest.
It would, because that's a legitimate fight. Bro, he's been fighting NBA players, retired fighters. Who has he fought? Nobody. Yeah, Ryan Garcia 100% would be a draw. Even I might fucking watch that shit. From somebody else, of course, because I ain't paying for that shit.
Paul could actually fight Ryan Garcia. That would be something that a lot of people would tune into.
Yeah,
and apparently
because either Jake Paul, at that point, proves he's a legitimate fighter, or we get to watch Jake Paul get his ass whooped. It's a win-win. Unless you don't like Jake Paul. Well, I don't give a fuck about him. So if he wins, cool. If he loses, damn.
Even FaceTime during this post-fight press conference.
What's up? What you gotta say? Fuck you, bitch. I'll beat your ass. You know that. It's already being recorded, bro. You know how we do it. You lightweight.
You lightweight. I thought you had baby mamas to suck your. I thought you
Alright, bro.
had all those baby mamas to suck your dick. You little, bro. You got no balls. No balls. No balls. I'm gonna put you back on the canvas like Tank did. I wouldn't be surprised if you put your balls on the internet right now, brother. You're losing it.
Oh.
He hung up.
I mean, hey guys, when Jake Paul, of all people, is out here cooking you, you must be in a pretty bad place in life. I mean, in general, Ryan Garcia really does need to chill out. I'm thinking about making a video on him and all of his very strange social media postings and interviews he's done recently in the next couple of days. So y'all let me know if y'all are interested in that. But it does seem like the dude could be on the verge of pulling a Oscar De La Hoya, only with like a very small amount of the success that Oscar ever had. And of course, you have people out there who think this has all just been building for a very long time, as old clips like this have resurfaced and people have suspected that the two men are just basically in on it together.
Sign the contract. No, sign the contract. Oscar's your daddy. Yeah. Oscar's your daddy. I'm your daddy. Oscar's your daddy. And I'm your daddy. Yeah, talk to Oscar, bro. I'm your daddy.
Either way, the point of this video is that the whole influencer boxing scene to me is basically dying down by the day. I mean, there is
because we don't want to see influencer boxing anymore. At this point, we want to see legitimate boxing. That's literally it. Celebrity boxing was something for fun. It was legitimately something just for fun, right? We would have celebrities that cannot box hit each other, and usually for charity, right? Then people started taking their boxing seriously because they have fun, because combat is fun, right? So why would we want to continue to see people that cannot fight versus someone who is actively pursuing fighting? Because then you get a different crowd, you get a different draw. It's no longer for fun. When you start fighting for pride or for money versus fighting for fun, those are different fights, and you can see it in the fighters. You can see the technique whenever they start fighting seriously. They start legitimately countering each other. They start blocking instead of just running away or just taking the shots because, of course, they're not throwing 100%. It's a different environment now, especially now that the world's legitimately going fucking crazy. People want to see some blood, which, you know, back in the day, Roman Coliseum, people saw blood, people loved it. People want to see blood now. Human nature. I would say it's human nature. So yeah, lace up the gloves, have Jake Paul fight Ryan Garcia, a legitimate one-on-one fight. 10-round match. 6 months of training. Fuck it. Why not?
Some fights out there with some juice left in them, like if he was to fight KSI, or if he was to fight...
KSI can't be fighting Jake Paul anymore. They're business partners. They're never going to take their fight seriously.
Ryan Garcia, or
never going to fight. They're never going to take their fight seriously.
Get those pay-per-view buys back up, but until he once again fights someone where there's actually a chance where he might get knocked out, I don't think very many people are going to care. Y'all let me know what you guys think about this whole situation down below. As always, I do want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing. But as you guys know, it's been your boy, the Tan Superman.
He's still calling himself the Tan Superman. All right, there it is. I'll see you guys on the next one. Shout out Jamari.